Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemdawg.
Join us for our chat party.
This Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
KeithandtheGirl.com/chat. Today's guest performs at Gotham Comedy Club, Broadway Comedy Club, Stand Up New York. He co-hosts the podcast Shut It Down, the Bar Rescue Recap Show. And I like this because when I see a show, I don't know how to feel necessarily. And sometimes a podcast lets you know. That's the beauty of this. And maybe the most important credit, husband of Vicky Cooperman, who's been on episode 2970, Kentucky by Choice, Max Cohen.
Pleasure to be here.
How you doing?
That is indeed the best credit I have, Vicky's husband.
Congrats.
Thank you.
How long have you been married?
About just over 4 years, but 8 years altogether.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
she deserves all that credit.
Sure. The age difference, 7 years, right?
I think so. I'm bad at math, but yeah,
Look at that.
7 years. She did well, going younger.
I don't have a calculator. What's 35 minus 7? 28. You got married at 28 years old.
Did I? That sounds about right, yeah. She
right.
rescued me from my 20s. I hear 20s are often an awful time from
Right.
open micers' perspectives of dating, but
Well, they got together at 27.
Did
Then they got married. He was married at 31.
yeah, there we go. I was married at 31.
Do you guys pay attention in your relationships? Before the show, we asked Keith a couple things about his ex. Now we're asking, you're currently married to this person.
Thankfully, as of this recording, I'm still married.
I like that men think that, oh, what's your anniversary date? I don't know. I'm bad at math. Okay.
The date I know, February 21st, 2015.
I like how
that's when we got
excited you are about knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to be married to her. She's a great lady to be married to.
Is there something you always had with older women, or it just worked out this way?
Yeah, I like that older women, the one, Vicky anyways, knows what she likes and knows what she wants, and I find that
Okay.
attractive. The younger women that I dated, I get the women my age anyways, were always like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I'll do this. And that got boring.
Have you been a person who knows what they're doing?
I think I've gotten better thanks to Vicky. I've definitely focused on comedy more.
That sound like, are you talking about your mom or your wife?
Yeah, there are probably some edible issues. It's not unrealistic.
How much?
I haven't worked through them in therapy.
Let's do it. How much can we compare Vicky to your mom?
She is quite the opposite of my mom. My mom worked a couple retail jobs growing up, and then she injured her foot and hasn't really worked in the last 15 or so years. So she's very much, I'm on this path. There's nothing I can do. I'm stuck with this. Vicky's like, I don't like working in digital media. I'm going to leave and freelance and do all these other things. I want to write a book. I will write a book. I want to do an album. I'll do an album. So I've always resonated and really respected that she finds something she wants to do and she gets it done.
Are you, who's the messy one?
We're both messy in our own ways. I leave cups of water on the dresser drawer that drives her nuts. She, will leave food and plates out on the dinner table and then go to bed.
Huh. Cups of water on the cupboard is on the where?
On my bedside dresser.
That bothers her.
It does, and I don't know why.
Keith, do you get why?
No.
It's on your bedside.
It's on my bedside.
It's a cup
and
of
I'll
water.
bring a cup at night and
Okay. And if you don't drink
and
it
we-
by morning, you're dead.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And not only if I don't drink it by morning, but if I start to get ready for the day and I'm about to go out the door and I've left it there, and she goes, "Oh, Max, the cup fairy has come. Look, the cup fairy is taking the cup away."
Oh, she does the Keith Malley route, which is passive aggressive until you get divorced.
Yeah, but
Oh.
but I don't play along. I'm like, well, thank goodness the fairy has come. Thank goodness we have a fairy in the house.
Because Keith's ex used to leave the cupboards open, and he would take pictures and send it to her and go, I guess we have ghosts.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, you're OGing
Did you get rid of the ghosts?
I got rid of the wife.
There you go. Problem solved.
That's interesting where you can be bothered by a cup of water, but you leave the dishes after you're done.
And it's not, to be fair, she doesn't leave the dishes as often as I leave the cup of water. But we will finish dinner, and then we'll go to the couch and we'll watch something, and then she'll say, all right, I'm going to bed. And I'm like, boy, there's something still to be done before you close the bedroom door.
Do you do that every time?
No, I know that I'm lucky to have her, so I just shut up and put the dishes in the sink.
Okay. All right. Keith did not know how lucky he was, so.
Yes, I'm aware that my position is always up for review. And I want to make sure the annual reports go well.
I'm into that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
Well, she pulled me out of such a hellhole of how I was living before. I am not only grateful to be with her and have met her and grown with her, like she just saved me from such a shithole set of apartments. And I'm like, I cannot go back to like living with Craigslist roommates like I used to.
That's such a typical dude. That's nice.
If there's an argument in the relationship, is it because she started it?
Oh, interesting. You're going to have her back on. She has the better memory. It's probably me saying something dumb. And she goes, okay, let's back up and let's explain that. And I'll be like, well, I'm an idiot. I didn't think that through. And she goes, okay. Argument complete. You just, as long as you admit you're an idiot. I'm like, easily.
Do you hate arguments? Like, will you rather be like, you know what, you're right, I don't want to argue this?
Yeah, I think what happens is I suppress any like anger or rage, and I think it's going to be the stereotypical I just drop dead of a heart attack at 50 from all the anger that I've suppressed.
The Jew way to go.
Yes, yep. It's very much that. I'm sure you know the old joke.
Julia's very upset that I named that Jew. Also, Catholics die that way.
Yes.
Continue, Max.
Anyone with a religion based on extreme guilt likes to die by heart attack. It is also very much that the old stereotypical joke of like, why does the Jewish husband die first? It's the only choice he gets.
Right.
And I'm like, no, this is it. I'm choosing.
You don't have children. Neither of you want children? Is that true?
I'm on the fence. Vicky is firmly no.
Okay.
And she gets that reinforced every time she hangs out with a parent who just looks at her and very deeply and intently goes, stay strong.
Okay.
Don't give in.
Right. They give hints.
Yeah.
They give clues.
Yeah, and sometimes the hints are literally don't have kids.
Right.
Please continue enjoying your life with your dog and your annual vacations that are easy to plan and execute.
Just one dog?
One dog. For now. Vicky's goal is to have a mound of pit bulls.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't disagree with her. It all just comes down to finances.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. That's
Here's our children. They're pit bulls. Yeah.
Oh, pit bulls are the sweetest mush balls.
Yes.
Yes.
In your stand-up, you've talked about being a mama's boy. Would you say that's true?
Yeah.
How often do you talk to your mom?
This weekend was a little much because it was Passover, so I was home for the weekend, and I was calling before and calling afterwards.
Okay.
But probably about at least twice a week.
Is Vicky with you for the Passover thing?
She usually does. This year she didn't because she had to fly to LA on Sunday. So it was just a pain. It wouldn't have worked well to come down and fly out from there. So this year she didn't. But we're usually together on the holidays.
That's cool. I'm forgiving her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you watch each other do stand-up? Is it ever nerve-wracking?
No, it's if she does jokes about me, I'm jealous. A, that they're funnier, and B, that she remembers that conversation. Because if I had remembered and gone on stage first, it could be my joke.
Right. Did you ever have to discuss a joke whose it is?
I think once, but she also gets booked way more than I do for way higher paying gigs. So I'm like, take the funny joke. Take the joke that lets us put food in the dog bowl.
Fairly recently, you performed in a hospital, right?
Yes.
For cancer patients.
Yes.
So people are in the front row with oxygen masks.
There were oxygen masks. The hardest part was seeing people hooked up with like 8 or 10 IVs. Like, I'm used to you're used to the stereotype of someone with an IV, but when you see them with a whole cart and like 8 or 9 bags, it's gut wrenching. And then the worst as a performer is when they
being
come
paid
there,
in Jello.
Well, no, who doesn't like a good cup of Jello? I wish I got paid more in Jello.
Right, but it's always the greener yellow. You know?
It's right. You want the red Jello. That's what you want. But when the person comes in with like their family of 8 or 9 people, and as a comic, you're like, great audience. And then when the person gets tired, they take the audience with them. You're like, no, just stay for 10 more minutes.
I was hooked up to, I had open heart surgery, hooked up to IV, all that stuff.
Oh, jeez.
And at some point I had things in front of my face so I can breathe well, and injections happening. I wonder how I'd feel if a comic came on. Part of me is like, well, I really want to laugh, but I'm laying here, and if I'm breathing into a machine, I'm not going to use my breath for laughter.
Right.
Yeah,
and how much comedy is woe is me?
Right. Boy, guys, let me tell you, dating is rough. Am I right?
I got into a car accident today.
That being said, when I first got out of anesthesia, I did a puppet show. So,
Oh, wow.
And then when I got out of anesthesia, after they pulled my leg apart, that second time I went to the hospital, Keith videotaped me. And what did I do? Oh, I didn't know where I was.
When you were on ketamine.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
So I'm going into the hospital.
That's a heavy one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm going into the hospital again this Monday, And Keith has been around for when I woke up, so there's video of stuff. But now Xerxes will be around. I think I should tell him, no matter what I'm saying, as soon as you walk into the hospital room, start videotaping. Right?
You like saying that?
I think it's funny. I also think it's fodder for the show. Like if I'm...
She says...
It's great video content to put up of like drugged up hospital bed confessions.
Yeah, I was ridiculous. I
Yeah.
took my socks, put them on my hands, and did a puppet show.
Sure. I wish we had footage of that.
Yeah.
Wait, do we? Or is that what you wish
We don't
you had
have
footage
that
of?
one. We have the other one. As long as Keith's around, you'll have footage.
Those are some of the best ones of like the kids coming out of like the dentist.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
those are the ones that get like 20 million hits and views of like the kids saying some goofy shit.
This is drugs. And I go, this is drugs like weed is drugs? No, this is good drugs. I go, should this be legal? You keep saying everything should be legal. She goes, not this.
Oh boy.
No.
Limits.
Stop. As if I was handing it out that day. No, not to children.
And I'm moving. I could see my head moving from side to side because I know it's heavy.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know where I am.
I will say the last time I performed at the hospital, I was with Kyle.
Yeah.
And her son Benny was there. And
Yeah.
Benny actually did a couple minutes of jokes.
Yeah, because they're not going anywhere.
Right.
You know?
And he did great. And I had to follow him. I'm like, how do you follow a cute 10-year-old
Right.
redoing joke book jokes? And now I got to talk about like, boy, living in the city sure is rough. But God, but he did great.
Did he burn any of your premises?
Like half
tough.
of them.
Yeah,
Half of them. It was really, and the worst part was he was reading from a joke book. So I was like, ah, shit.
I worked in a hospital one time. I went to a vet hospital. And like for
veterans.
For veterans.
I got excited. I was like, oh, a puppy vet?
No.
Like an animal vet?
And I was doing kids' parties at the time, so they hired me to do balloon animals and sculptures
Oh my
for
God.
fucking veterans.
Oh my God.
For veterans who are like living in the hospital now. They're having a veterans hospital day outside. They're making them do the limbo.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And I was like, can I get you a balloon sword person who used to have a rifle and shoot for the country? Oh my God. I was like, I tried to make it, because one of them, I think, got a little randy, and I was like, I'll make you a balloon penis. I don't care. Touch my ass. This is wrong.
Yeah.
She just takes her shirt off.
Right?
Wait, it's wrong for them to touch your ass, or it's wrong to do balloon puppets for veterans?
It's wrong for me to offer them balloons and not my butt.
Mm.
I just think that's ridiculous.
Well, I'm glad you support the troops.
Of course.
How long have you been doing your podcast?
We've been doing the podcast about 4 years.
Okay.
Myself and the great Jim Search. And we've
Right.
had a few other co-hosts throughout the years. Catherine Williams, Katrin Heyer have come and gone.
You love that show, Bar Rescue. It's your
great.
favorite.
It's so much fun.
You wish you could marry it?
I don't think the show puts out the same way my wife does.
What do you like most about Bar Rescue?
I think one of our favorite moments, I say our for myself and Jim, is we call it the Dr. Phil moment.
Okay.
When John Taffer, who's the host of the show, pulls aside the owner, who's usually a piece of shit or a degenerate in some way.
Right.
And he goes, hey, man, you really haven't cared the last 4 years. Why not? And they always get to like the emotional crux of why the person has stopped caring or why they drink so much.
Mm-hmm.
And so in like really one TV segment of 3 minutes, John Taffer fixes their psyche and allows them to rebound from years of horrible debt and
Right.
outrageous behavior. And now they're going to be good, respectable owners.
Are they all drunks, these bar owners?
Many of them.
Okay.
I find the episodes usually fall into roughly 3 camps of one, drunk degenerates who just use it as a party space
Right.
and have lost the will to make it a profitable business.
Okay.
Then you have other episodes where people think they're the best bar owner in the world and John Taffer doesn't know shit. No, nothing needs to be fixed. They're perfect, great bars, despite being hundreds of thousands in the hole. And then you have a few that are like, they're good bars, but they were caught up in natural disasters. And so they
Okay.
really just need like a helping hand to get back open.
I remember being in a bar, and it looked like it'd be a hip college place, but the people in there are 80-year-old degenerates, and they change the whole vibe. Now, what do you do if you're a bar owner and that starts happening? No, please, not you.
Yeah.
You're really changing I wanted people to get laid in the corner, and
Yeah.
you're here at 11 in the morning, and it's really ruining things.
Yeah, that's a lot of people fight back like, no, I love our regulars. And John Taffer's
Right.
like, your regulars are a biker gang that is scaring everyone else away, and the biker gang isn't paying for shit.
Right.
Your
So,
regulars are destroying your business.
but what does he say? How do you get rid of your regulars?
Often he actually has a musical cue, and I forget what the exact science is, but it's basically literally it. I think it's like working a female artist into like every third or fourth song, and biker gang elements will flee within weeks.
A little Sheryl Crow, and they're like, "Fuck this."
Yes, exactly.
Huh.
Because you can't keep playing Closing Time over and over. It gets offensive.
Right.
You got to make it like it's third choice.
Right.
Oh, so
It just happens that we're playing some women, and also just changing the decor and changing the menu elements, and like everything comes around on changing everything. But really, he's like, change up the music, and you will drive away unwanted elements.
Every
which is
shot comes.
fascinating.
Every shot comes with a flower.
this is wonderful because Alana saves the day again, I think.
See?
Yeah. I don't think it is ironic that she's played on the bar.
I now fell in love with you, Vicky. We're fighting.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of Vicky, I follow Max's Twitter account, and I bring up Vicky because it's a little back and forth here. She sent you a grocery list,
Yes.
and you wrote in response, and I'll read the list. Well, she's about to be very disappointed in my purchases. You were supposed to get 2 to 3 bags of cauliflower gnocchi, frozen section, she tells you,
Yes.
pasta sauce, Trader Joe's veggie burgers, eggs, baby spinach, other fun things you find. Now, this is already a boring fucking list.
Yes.
You know, other fun things. Like, don't trick me. There weren't fun things in the first fucking place. Other fun things.
Look at how everyone tries to trick you.
Cauliflower gnocchi and other good times. Other fun things you find. Sweetie, in all caps, don't go crazy on cookies.
At Trader Joe's, it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, first of all, I'm glad I posted that on Twitter because I know you guys like to go through Twitter. I initially posted that on Facebook and it got a lot of reactions and involvement. But I'm like, oh, wait, Keith goes to Twitter. You gotta post this on there.
Thank you.
Yeah. I look at it. I know what I'm getting into.
Are you good at shopping? Like,
I
it's
am.
understood the guy comes home with all the wrong things.
Well, that's why she says other fun things. This is the different strengths that we bring to the relationship. She's good at buying and listing out the healthy things that you're supposed to buy. Spinach, tomatoes, cauliflower, whatever the hell that was.
Right.
But I know what's going to be enjoyable to eat and snack on if you're really hungry in a minute, or if you want some enjoyable dinners, if you want some good desserts. I'm the guy to do that. That's not Vicky's strong suit.
So you're doing the
shopping.
Lord's work.
I wouldn't say it, but as long as it's been said out in the air, yes.
Do you hide desserts from her ever?
No, there's not enough space in the kitchen tide. I also posted the after picture of how many sweets and desserts I bought. I was very proud of myself that
Do
it
you
was
know
2 cookies and then 2 chocolate desserts. I was like, hey, only 50% were cookies. I think
Okay.
I did a good job.
Do you know? Did you see the terrible look you got from the women in the room when you said, "Do you hide?"
Yeah, I know a lot of guys that hide desserts from their wives.
But you know what's funny is you guys had made a face, but I asked Hennessy to hide some stuff from me also, and they just talked about how he was the one to get the desserts and she's trying not to have them. So that's where Keith is coming from. But it really did seem just sexist, but I don't think it was.
I think I should have, because one of the things that I got were frozen ice cream cookie sandwiches. And of course, Vicky was like, oh, this is terrible. This is a disaster. And I come home, 2 of them are already gone. So she's not that mad that I got ice cream sandwiches.
There's wrappers hidden under everything in my parents' house. Like, ho-ho wrappers.
That's a different story, though. Your dad is actually hiding his life from your mom.
Yes.
I'm going, hey, if I keep opening this drawer and
Right.
seeing it, it's going to trigger me. And it's not the worst thing, but if I don't open the drawer, if it's tucked away somewhere where I would have to actively want it and go get it, it's
Interesting.
different.
Right.
I never really had it in me to hide food because my parents would try to hide candy when we were kids. But we by the age of 8, you find the candy drawer. You know what
Right.
the hidden candy drawer is. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's the one you can finally reach.
Yeah, it's once you pull over the chair and you get on it, it's that drawer.
That's funny because my parents just put it right in plain sight and they were like, you will not. And I was like, yes, ma'am.
It's, you know, it's interesting. That's what my parents did with liquor. They
Oh,
brought me
me
down
too.
when I was like a teenager, and they're like, hey, by the way, here's our liquor cabinet. It's all really old shit. We don't really drink, but this is what it is.
Oh, are you
And
kidding
I was
me?
like, I never really had a big desire to drink a lot as a kid. Because I'm like, well, if it's 20-year-old shit on an old refrigerator, I'm like, it's not really appealing.
Honestly, really what you're saying is you don't have alcoholism because nobody cares about the expiration. Have you ever checked an expiration date on alcohol, Keith?
No.
Okay. Have you checked an expiration date on everything else?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no, I mean, I hear like AA stories, people are drinking vanilla extract. So,
Yikes.
but yeah, my liquor was all over the place. They would party all the time. People would come and bring more alcohol. They always had the basics. So when I moved out, I had the basics also, and I never drank. But that's, I think, how you can tell the difference. Like, nobody had to hide the vodka from me in my own place, but they had to hide the cookies.
Hide the cookies, sure.
So whatever you need to hide from is what is the meeting you have to go for.
I was talking to somebody, and they said when they were a kid, they stole the vodka, filled it up with water. That old trick. For a special occasion, now the person's an adult, the dad gave the liquor bottle filled with water to the kid deliberately.
That's funny.
That's amazing. That's fantastic.
That's also a good sense of humor.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great when the parents know, but they don't get mad about it, but they're like, I'll remember.
I happen to be hearing a lot of friends or acquaintances talk about swinging, talking about fucking outside of the couple. Have you ever thought of that? Have you guys ever talked about that? Is this something, to me, it's beyond. Do you think you guys can handle that?
We've talked about it. We haven't reached a conclusion, so we're both like, we keep tabling it. And it essentially just comes down to like, we're both aware of the jealousy issues that would probably pop up.
Who's bringing it up?
Interesting. I don't know, actually.
But I am interesting. Thanks.
Yeah. That's a good. Listen, for any questions that are like, when did this happen or who did it first? Those should all be directed to Vicky.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is who you would feel yourself bringing it up. You would have to, like, it's like if you lied to your mom, you would go, oh, I'm going to have this feeling of telling my mom the truth, right? So who brings it up, like, or do you? It was.
All right. Now that I'm working it backwards, we had a friend who did an event with NSWF, the New Society for Wellness, NSFW.
Okay.
And so from her recommendation, we signed up and we went to an event. And it's very much like a swingers kind of group.
Like sex club or swingers, like specifically couples who are swinging?
It depends on the event. They're a clubhouse and they have a couple different events every month. So we went to one, what was it? It was... it was like how to give blowjobs or something.
Oh, nice.
And it was mostly like, it was how to give oral sex. It was up for both genders.
Okay.
So it was mostly a nice way to check off
Both
the boxes of
sexes.
just like, I'm doing that, check. We're all pretty good here.
If Vicky's checking her phone during this, is it okay for you to like nudge her and be like, hey, they're talking.
You might want to pay attention to this one.
So this is a sex club, right?
So we went to one and we signed up for a more regular thing, but then we found out that another comic is on the list as well, and her biggest fear is going to one of those events and running into the comic.
Billy Procida?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to run into Billy Procida during those things. But wait,
he's a wonderful guy and a sweet guy, but when you're doing something like that, it's like, listen, we're here we know us and we want we just don't want to run into other people we know.
So when you did go to the sex club, they had a class and also people were having sex?
I think that sex happened later.
Time out.
We said
I'm asking you about a sex club and you think you remember?
Well, no, because we left pretty much as soon as the class was done.
I'll tell you what.
So I'm assuming the sex happened after we left.
Do not open your relationship. See, you can't even remember if someone blew each other in front of you.
No, they definitely blew each other.
Okay.
That definitely happened.
So what happened? So you went to the class, and when it opened up into a sex thing, you guys left.
It was, so everyone gets in and they have some drinks, they have some snacks, and then they sort of move to the basement to have the class.
Okay. Is everyone wearing normal clothes?
Yes, everyone is clothed except for the
presenters.
The presenters.
Okay.
Thank you, Keith.
Okay.
So they're really giving a real blowjob, not like a banana or anything.
Correct. Real blowjob and real cunnilingus.
Real cunnilingus. How can you see what they're doing?
They described it before they went in.
Okay. And then you're just watching them.
Yeah, and then they finish the class and like, okay, we'll all go back up for some more drinks or continue to stay down here, do what you want to do. So we went up for a few drinks and then kind of left.
Did you mingle in those drink times?
No, we were both those awkward, shy kids in the corner, just being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we're doing this."
I would love to hear your small talk.
Yeah.
That was something, huh?
So, come here often?
Right.
Yeah. So we did that one, and it was.
Did you sneak downstairs to take a look at what's happening after it started happening?
Yes, we went down and we made out for a little bit.
Okay.
But once.
Why do I have to pull this out of you? Buddy. There's more happening, and I'm going to get to it, so you better get to it.
We made out, and that was the extent of what we did. But we did see another couple start having sex, and that's when Vicky was like, okay, that's enough for me.
Okay, so did it not turn you guys on when you saw the couple having sex?
That couple, no. I'm sure there's a couple out there that would be sexy enough that would turn us on. That was not that couple.
I see. All right.
But good for them having the confidence to do it.
Okay. Did you peek into anything else?
we made out. We saw the couple.
Fuck
we went
the
up,
donkey.
Fuck the donkey. Well, of course you fuck the donkey. How do you
Yeah.
not?
Well, that's how
I
you get in.
Yeah, that's the price of admission.
Sure.
Please show us that you get erect around a donkey. Yeah.
So that's it?
That was it. We went, and it was like an interesting experience, and we just haven't had either the time or the enthusiasm to go back.
It doesn't sound like you're interested in this, honestly.
No, correct,
You don't
correct.
have the time or enthusiasm.
Yeah, correct. We're not that into it.
I think
it's not
all
really our thing.
all they require is time and enthusiasm.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think
but
you
it's-
guys are done.
But I believe it's healthy to continue the conversation and just make sure we're still on the same
Oh,
page.
I see what's
In
happening.
case someone should change their mind. But we just haven't changed them.
Oh, I see.
But neither of us are like horrified when we bring it up. We're
I-
like, oh my God, how could you suggest such a thing?
You're saying he would do it. She's not into it.
No, neither one of them is interested in this. I
Correct.
think it's very hot just to talk about it. And they
Okay.
don't have to go past actually doing it, but it turns them on enough to like have the notion that they maybe would in some other life, but let's face it, they wouldn't.
Right.
Oh, I can do that too.
Yeah, that's fun.
Maybe if we ever lived outside of New York and we weren't stressed out all the time.
Sure. Yeah. If only there was a perfect atmosphere for
If
a sex
only.
club. Okay. And it's definitely not in New York. Okay. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
find you the perfect sex club.
Yeah.
Okay.
A South Jersey woman is charged with torching her boyfriend's house and displacing 7 people. Told police she set the blaze because she was upset following a threesome she had with him and a second woman. The boyfriend lived in one apartment, family of 6 lived in the other. All escaped without injuries. The woman, Taja Young, 33, confessed to setting the fire.
I think Billy Presido would say she's not a good communicator.
Right.
Yes.
She told police she was in a relationship with a man and that they had a sexual encounter with another woman. After the sexual encounter, the man got a cab for the girl and sent her home. He wanted to stay with the other woman. The woman said, "Fuck you, I'm burning down your house."
Okay.
And
That's the risk you take with Ubers, I guess.
He sent the arsonist home?
Yes.
So you always want to keep the arsonist close by.
But the arsonist was his girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to keep the arsonist close by.
Well, guess what? You fucked up.
She told the cops, "I was going through a lot."
Yeah, I was going through a lot, like his phone.
So I decided to burn his house down. This is a quote.
I'm into it. This woman's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
She thought like the cops would understand. She's showing like how I threw the lighter
Love it.
fluid, everything.
Love it. One more thing Hennessy would have said to me, I would have lit him on fire. So I get it.
I feel like this is a very well-placed news segment to read. I'm like, see, another reason why we don't do the sex clubs.
Charged with arson, aggravated assault, criminal mischief, a little mischief, multiple counts.
Criminal mischief was the 3-way.
Multiple counts of endangering another person. She's in a correctional facility right now, pending a detention hearing.
I think she's just a little off.
She's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's a lot off if her first instinct of feeling snubbed is to burn a house down.
Right.
That's a pretty drastic action.
I doubt it. What did he do?
You don't think it's drastic to burn a house down?
I haven't met the guy. I don't know.
fair, yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna look at the trial, see what's up. There's provoking.
There's got to be some kind of, you get a vibe from the girl when she's when
Right.
you call the cab that
Yeah.
I don't trust my house.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay here. What the fuck? Baby. I'm going to stay. I called you a cab. I'll tip and everything.
I honestly, when you first said the guy called the cab, I thought he called the cab for the new girl, and the girlfriend was like, "You never called a cab for me,"
See?
Yeah.
you know. And I always get Uber pools. This is ridiculous.
Right.
So
Did he get her Uber Black?
Yeah.
No, it was a pool.
Okay.
There's other people. Baby, you like other people.
Right. I did this for you.
It's like a 3-way after a 3-way, but in a car.
Yeah. Baby, I knew you want to go home and relax and watch your shows. I did it for
Right.
you.
No matter how mature you are, you don't think you have to worry about jealousy? And he's like, I'm going to stay here tonight.
I gotta say, so this sounds like the dude is probably like great in bed because people are trying to murder over his dick. I say he's terrible in bed, which is why he couldn't satisfy both, whether in a car or outside of a car. Your dick is the worst.
Yep.
You shouldn't have threesomes just because you can't satisfy one bitch. Clearly, she's lighting your goddamn place on fire.
Also,
All right. take
Agreed.
I mean, if anyone wants to argue this, I'm up for it.
Well, he's definitely not. I definitely agree. Not good in bed. He also doesn't have a post-coital etiquette.
Yes.
Like he's just not a courteous lover.
Right.
him just sitting in a park somewhere. He's no good with his dick. Convince me I'm wrong. Max, you can follow on Twitter. This is Max Cohen. The website's the same. It's very good branding.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This is maxcohen.com. And how exciting is this bar rescue show? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have you debated about doing other shows? What settled on this? You just love the show so much.
It was so Jim and I produced a couple comedy shows together over the years.
Okay.
And we one time we're at one of the bars and the bartender scooped the ice with the glass. And we both pretty much at the same time said John Taffer would not let that happen. And it was one of those, you like John Taffer? I like John Taffer. You like John Taffer? Oh my God.
Oh, and then the threesome, and then you sent Vicky
And
home
then
with
the
a cab.
threesome, and yeah, that's why I had to move in with her, because she burned my first apartment down.
Cool.
Yeah.
We watch the show sometimes, and she's like, come to bed. And you're like, this is my work.
Yeah, not come to bed, but there will be times when I'm laughing so hard, she'll come out to see what had happened. I'm
Right.
like, you wouldn't believe how drunk this owner is.
By the way, how drunk have you ever been? Do you have like because this bar show, I think people opening bars, like you're surrounded by bars, you get paid in drink sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a drinker. That's the funny thing. Like Jim drinks. Jim has lots of good bar stories. I'm not.
Did you ever do drugs?
Weed, yeah, but not enough.
What do you like on weed?
What am I like on weed?
Yeah.
I get very sleepy. I'm not a fun. Same thing with drinking. Like I'm not an exuberant party person. Like I don't get happy
What are
and
you
excited.
addicted to?
Am I addicted to?
Yeah.
Camden knows everybody has a
Good
problem.
question.
Of course,
Yeah.
everybody has a problem. He's addicted to my good questions.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw these 420 pictures that Hemda put on Instagram. They
Oh, I gotta see those.
recriminalized weed
Because
They
of
saw
her.
eyes.
Yeah.
They're like, no, this is no. This is beyond.
Way to commit to the ripping there.
Thank
Really
you.
commit to the prop.
It's my thing.
We counted. Do you want to know the total score on 420?
How much you smoked?
Uh-huh.
Oh my Lord. I don't know. This sounds illegal. Go for it.
It was me and Xerxes, so it's not just me.
Right.
Okay.
No, first of all, I'm picturing when they call them trees, like a literal
Tree of
they're
weed. Yeah.
smoking.
Well, we were by ourselves for a couple hours, so we each smoked 3 by ourselves, spliffs. And then,
The two of you smoked 3. So
Separately.
1.5.
no, so 6.
Oh.
So 3 I smoked without him.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
because I had to go to my Al-Anon meeting.
You gotta be loose and prepared for the Al-Anon.
Well, that's just gonna take a couple hours, and then I'm meeting him later, so I gotta, smoke the spliffs.
When
in
you're at
between
an Al-Anon meeting
and
they're like,
stoned and running it.
today
You
everybody
were running the Al-Anon?
Not this
Wow.
time, but I have been high chairing the meeting. Yeah.
Today we're gonna talk about forgiving those who have wronged you, and Kenda's like, yeah, whatever, they're forgiven.
Yeah.
It does
It's all
help forgive.
fine.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? What's the problem? Why am I made of water?
As long as their dick is good, that's what matters.
Thank you for understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did 3 by ourselves, and then we met up, and I asked if he can.
Sorry,
roll.
1 second. Go
Yeah.
back. Now, do you text each other like I'm on 2? What do you want?
Well, he rolled the 3 for me, so.
Oh, in the
he knew.
past.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think he crashed the night before, so he in the morning he's like, I'll just roll your spliffs until I see you.
Okay.
So he takes care of it. I needed a Dutch. There's like a Dutch master is harder to roll. It's like a blunt, but you gotta like unroll the thing, then roll. So he made that. So 1 blunt, 1 regular. What do you call a regular spliff? One joint, 1 blunt, 1 joint, and 17 spliffs together.
Sounds like a country song.
What's the difference between a spliff, a blunt, and a joint?
So a blunt is made out of cigar paper.
Okay.
So you can undo a cigar, roll it back up. A spliff is like a joint, but you put a little tobacco in it.
Oh, okay.
And a joint is only weed.
Only weed. Okay.
So say that one more time. 17.
Spliffs, then 3 separate on our own,
What is this?
and then 1 blunt, and one joint because we ran out of tobacco for a
Snoop
second.
Dogg's writing in. He's writing, what the fuck?
Did you like text each other like I'm 1 spliff in, I'm 2, you got to catch up. Oh, I added the blunt that counts as a half or whatever your metrics are.
Oh my goodness.
Were you like on a contest with each other? Of who
No,
could
we
smoke
were
the most
together
fastest?
for
Oh,
the
okay.
17. We were together for 19 of those smokes.
What are you like? Do you watch movies? Are you creative high?
We
Are
tried
you...
watching movies. Our Netflix and chill is Netflix and fall asleep. So we just fell asleep for a couple hours and we got up, smoked again.
Great. That
We
sounds
went to-
phenomenal.
We went to a musium.
Oh, which one?
She doesn't know.
I forget.
Forget.
I ate the Mona Lisa.
What else? We went to Central Park, found a new part in Central Park that was beautiful. That's where I took the pictures, a couple of pictures that you saw.
Nice.
It was really lovely.
I got a contact
great.
high from her eyes.
It's a
Wow.
holiday.
I gotta
people.
find these pictures.
It's just amazing.
Respect my holiday.
I'm happy for you. It's just amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
He rolls pretty fast.
How do you get back home? Like you crawl home, or you're able to take a public transportation?
Was that a determining factor in starting to date him? Like I'm impressed with his speed of rolling.
It sounds like we're dating, but we're not.
Oh, okay, sorry, excuse me.
That's okay.
I did not mean to presume.
That's all right.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm the same way. Like when I smoke or if I drink, I'm like I'm just sleepy. I'm just ready to pass out. It's like I don't do it much out.
I get energetic.
have it-
Like I've
just have it at
smoked
home.
and went for a run and
Oh.
can bike ride. I a lot of times do it before I exercise, so I can just get like yoga is great on
Oh, I
weed.
bet that's great high.
This is not. It's not that crazy because the way I get high now has changed, and I think that's the difference between potheads and non-potheads. Which
Ooh.
I think I'm a pothead now, you guys.
Do you think so?
You think? Wow, really?
I just
Are
like
you
seeing people's
sure?
faces when they say that.
Yeah, I think over 15 a day, you're a pothead.
Yeah, that counts.
It's a holiday. It's the holiday. And next,
Do you smoke like every day? Do you smoke regularly?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, make every day a holiday. Did-
What a
were you-
life to lead.
What were you laughing at in the back? Was Andrea showing those pictures? Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Which picture?
Oh my God! Stop it! Really? Amazing. That looks like that's a weed filter. That looks like that's Instagram's 420 filter.
Right.
I saw it.
Yeah, you may have, if you check the weather app, you'll see it was very cloudy a couple days
Yeah.
ago.
Cloudy with the chance of snackiness.
We did have pizza. It was delicious.
Kenda saw that shitty grocery list you had, and she's like, that sounds good. Cauliflower gnocchi?
I can go shopping not stone and come out with the same shopping list as a stoner. By the way, for the record, I did get everything on that list that she asked for.
Good job.
Wow.
Got it all, including fun things.
Including more fun things.
So many fun things.
Look at that, you guys.
All right, we'll put that picture up at keithandgirl.com. Also, if you follow Kenda's Instagram account before she's in prison, that'd be fun for her, too.
Check my goddamn Instagram. Look at them having fun back there. I know you're looking at my Instagram. You took, oh my God.
What's that?
Andrea took a close up of my eyeballs and posted it on her Instagram.
All right. Well, anyway.
Happy 420. You know that next year it's going to be 420 the whole month. Do that math. Goodbye.
Oh boy.